What's going on, guys? Haxa here with another episode of not really Skul the Hero Slayer. It's just another news segment, I guess. We're doing the news today on YouTube. YouTube obviously. Okay, I'm not gonna read a fucking stupid streaming guy comment. Why do the people in the comments pretend like everyone's? I said this before, but like everyone eventually just becomes a different version of streaming guy. It's weird, but that's not important right now. The important thing is that there's news. There's news. The devs officially dropped a trailer for the new upcoming update. The Demon King Castle Defense and also the DLC, the paid DLC that they're also releasing, which has a bunch of new skulls and items in it and stuff. All very exciting. Um, we've all been waiting for it for a while. We also have an official release date for when this is actually coming out. So everything that we need to know, we now know. Okay, there's one thing we don't know. That's very important. But, we'll talk about that later. But for now, let's just watch the trailer and get hype about it because it's really freaking cool. There's a little bit to read here, I guess. We'll read that first. As previously teased, the Demon King Castle Defense is the major free content that will wrap up Skulls. Oh, okay, they're already saying it. Journey with a Bang. The Mythology Pack is Skulls' first ever paid DLC, includes new skulls and items inspired by famous mythologies. Get ready for the final adventure of Skull alongside the first paid DLC on November 15th. I got a lot to say about that, but first we'll watch the trailer. We'll go over the good, and then we'll talk about the bad. I'll read the video description. I'm very aware of it. DOS Skull. Ah! Sorry. Jesus Christ, dude. Sorry, guys. Jeez, man. Yeah, that's unfortunate for Astral Ascent. Hey, sorry, guys. Your game's cool and all, but I'm a Skull boy, okay? I'm gonna be playing this. So this is nothing. This is just like I think they're just like showing everything up to the point. Yeah, like they're just showing like everything we're familiar with. None of this is new, and this isn't new either. But here's where the new stuff starts. And we'll just watch the whole way through, and then we'll go back and talk about all the stuff that is cool and interesting. It's a very good trailer. They're very good at making trailers. And sorry, but I've already watched it before now, so like this isn't my first time seeing it. I couldn't help myself. It came out last night. I'm not playing Astral Ascent on Twitch. No offense. Unless they, you know what? I'll keep checking my email, but I don't plan on. I'm planning on playing Hollow Knight until this comes out. But yeah, that was the trailer. It's very cool, very hype. Sorry, like I can't give like I'm not gonna fake authentic reactions because that'd be really annoying and weird. I've already had my pop off moments watching this to myself privately. So, but as you can see here, they're showing some of the new skulls and new forms of new skulls, so we can finally put the rest people who were like, what if they release all of them are like natural legendaries, which was never gonna happen. This one's actually a common, and it's a magic attacker, and that's something I've talked about for a long time in this game. We need more magic commons. We need more magic commons, and honestly, even this isn't enough magic commons. Bad streamer not faking reactions. I should just fake it. I should have been screaming at the peak of my lungs there. Look at the kick. On who? On Viking. I'm not going to go over every minutia that you noticed, DOS. We'll be here for hours because you will pick it apart till there's nothing left. Are you talking about the Spartan kick? Okay, so we have a grappler here, which is in my humble. So I'm personally most excited for the Thor skull, but this one looks cool. I'm really excited for this skull in particular, the grappler. Probably Heracles, if that's what everyone believes he is, and honestly, I think he's Heracles too. I mean, it really just makes sense. But he's rare. I think this one's unique. The Heracles, I think, is unique. But the Thor and the Spartan are common, and the Guandao, I believe, is rare. This guy's unique. That's my well, we'll go over that. We'll go over that. But I already noticed that this character more than likely is going to rely heavily on Manatech 3. Because look how long he's in the air. Look how long he's flying through the air with no iframes either. He's just completely vulnerable. Which is like kind of, it's like the same problem that like plagues Predator. You know, Predator, if you have like that pinwheel move, he's in the air for ever. He does not have iframes. We can see it later on. Or maybe he does actually. Let's see. This is where we really test it. Okay, actually, I think he did have iframes. Yeah, I think he does have iframes. All right, never mind. If he has iframes, then it's not an issue. Here's the Guandao skull. This is like the... I don't even want to say the weapon because I'm going to get it wrong. But he has like a long pokey stick. That's what it's called. And it's really cool. Like, I'm excited for every last one of these. I'm most excited for this character. But I'm still excited for every single one of them. There we go. What's up, Haxa? What's up, Raiden? I'm also very interested in this guy because I actually called that he would be a transforming skull, which, you know, kudos to myself, I guess. But like the fact that he had a broken sword always, to me, signified that he would transform in some way or another. And another interesting thing about this character, which we'll talk about more later, is he doesn't, in my opinion, some people may still think he's King Arthur, and he may well be King Arthur, but he's not called King Arthur. He's called something else, and we'll talk about that as we continue on. But what I was going to say is he's the only character that doesn't appear to inherently fit a mythological or a legendary figure. Yeah, well, you can say he's King Arthur, and, you know, it's as good of a guess as any, but he's not called King Arthur. So, you know, it's hard to say what he is, and that does not look like Excalibur to me. Probably the Emperor? I don't think he's the Emperor. The Emperor champion, but Dark Paladin? What do you mean the Emperor's champion, but Dark Paladin? Also, I'm not dropping frames, you are, streaming guy. So, keep that in mind. Where was I? Oh, I was on this tab, okay. Alright, this is the character that I think I'm going to struggle with the most. Because he appears to be a parry-based skull. That's what people keep saying. And it definitely would make sense with his shield. Like, if he's all parries, I'm pretty vocal about my distaste for parries, but I think if a skull, like, if a skull had only parries, it wouldn't be a problem for me. I don't think. Because, like, the reason I don't like parries is because I prefer active skills. But if a skull only has parries, like, I don't have any active skills to choose from. So, like, I'll just get used to it. And I guess it'll be a good way to just, like, make me play parries. But also, if you're playing a parry skull, you can always just take, like, ability spam items. Like, you know, if I'm taking this guy, I'm going to be taking Manatech Gravity Generator, Bone of Mana, you know, Mage's Necklace, stuff like that. Because even if you miss your parry, you still get an effect out of it. So, like, that's how I envision playing this character personally. But we'll see, you know, we're just guessing right now. And here's Heracles. I think that is legendary Heracles, yeah. That's the legendary version. Oh, and he swapped to the Guandao. I didn't even notice that until just now. Like, after he does that attack, he swaps to the Guandao, and we can see the Guandao swap. And it's the legendary Guandao, too. It appears like the Guandao has what I like to call a good swap, where it's literally just like a quick, fast attack animation that, like, you're not stuck in it for a while. He just comes in, he does an attack, and then you can continue playing him. That's the kind of swaps I like. And here, this is something I was really interested in, is like, we don't even really see much of any of Demon King Castle Defense. We still don't know a lot about it. Like, they're more focused on the new skulls and items. Really, honestly, just the skulls. They're not really focused at all on Demon King Castle. I think they want it to be a surprise. Like, because that's how they handled the Dark Mirror for the most part. Is like they like, even in the patch notes and like the official release, they didn't tell us anything. Oh, there is a ladder there. Yeah, true. I don't think that's for us though. I think that's for the soldiers, because Skull can jump high enough to get up there. Now, the jump pad is for us. That's probably how we get up to the top of the castle, in between rounds and stuff. And also, we see here the Emperor of Carleon, almost certainly. I mean, he definitely is the Emperor of Carleon. And he looks just as fucked up and cool as I would imagine he is. And also, the Demon Prince is captured again. It's like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, what do they want him? Leave him alone. He's been through enough. Prefer that they keep it a secret? Yeah, I mean, to an extent, because it's such a drastic change, at least conceptually, from what we've come to expect from Skull, that I kind of want to know what I'm getting into. Whereas like the Dark Mirror was just like hard mode, and we kind of knew what we were getting into with that. My questions are, is Demon King Castle Defense going to be a step above Dark Mirror 10, or is it going to be, a little easier than Dark Mirror 10? Does Demon King Castle Defense scale in its difficulty? There is more after this. Oh, it's just him running though. Like, he just runs. Like, I guess we can ask, like, what the hell is that thing? Maybe that's the hidden boss. Because we're about to get into some other stuff too. Because it's not exclusively like, and this is something you like have to dig for. You have to read the YouTube description. You guys can see the YouTube right now, right? Like, it's all working as intended. You guys can see the YouTube page now. Okay. So here's the description for this, and it's very interesting. You wouldn't expect something interesting to be here, but there is. Check out the action-packed trailer for Skul the Hero Slayer's latest free update, Demon King's Castle Defense, as well as in the upcoming paid Mythology Pack DLC. The free content update for Skul brings a new narrative chapter that concludes the story, 30 new enhanced inscriptions, the final true boss, and a hidden boss, and the true ending to the 2D roguelike action platformer game. Additionally, the paid Mythology Pack features 5 new skulls based on famous mythologies, 20 new items, and a new inscription. So, pretty interesting. The fact that they are saying, well, okay, that's actually interesting. I didn't even think about that, Doss. How many inscriptions are currently in the game? Because, like, including the new myth inscription. 35? Oh, interesting. Okay, okay. Masterpiece, Sin, Sun and Moon, Omen, and probably Myth. Okay, so I'm trying to think of the ones that they would exclude from being enhanced. Like the ones that are colored. Goldener's chatting 3. He's introducing himself. We know who you are. You've been here. Yes, Sin. Oh, okay. Just basically name the colored inscriptions. Masterpiece, Sin, Sun and Moon, Omen, hope they launch on console soon. Myth, that'll probably be a colored inscription. So, like, maybe there's one more we're forgetting. Sin, Omen, Masterpiece, and Sun and Moon. Also, probably Myth. Anyways, the interesting part about this, although that is interesting that there's only 30 new enhanced inscriptions, I wonder which ones did not get enhanced. The a hidden boss. This is something we had no idea about, like that they were going to add another boss, and this could maybe even be like maybe the Emperor himself is not that bad, and there's an extra boss that is maybe even harder than the Dark Hero himself, and you have to do X or Y thing to get him to or to be able to fight him. Let's go new boss. I agree. Let's go new boss for real, for real. Hang on, let me roll up. Calling it now the hidden boss is the Witch or the Demon King? I don't think so. I think it's going to involve the myth. Or maybe it won't, because it's in the... Actually, it probably won't involve the myths, because that's going to be DLC related. Okay, well then, why the Witch? Do you think she's bad? I've had my thoughts about the Witch. I don't know if she'd make a good boss, though. But, like, is she bad or good? Who knows? Because, like, the ending of the Dark Mirror was kind of interesting. just like an after story thing. Maybe Rusty Milcon, maybe my copium is still alive. Who knows? But like, there's another thing I want to talk about here. Um, and this is the part that sucks. Is Skull is ending like, guarantee, like they've pretty much all but confirmed it. Like the narrative is coming to an end, which means like all the hopes that I had for the future of this game are not quite as great as I thought they were. Um, like I personally believe that this game could easily be like a Dead Cells-esque game that just marches on and keeps getting updates added to it, and it would be like one of the best rogues to just like continue endlessly. But like it seems like they are ready to move on. But their wording is definitely worth taking into account. So they say here that Skull's narrative is ending and like this is the final story addition to the game, but they don't say that it's the final addition to Skull because they say the first paid DLC. And their wording, obviously they're Korean devs and they're translating from Korean, but this is not the first time that they've implied that this will not be the last DLC. So personally, what I think is going to happen with Skull moving forward is any new content we get, aside from like maybe like minor balance patches and stuff, um, they're not done developing for Skull. They're probably just going to keep releasing Skull packs and stuff, like item packs and Skull packs with like inscriptions in it and stuff. And that's their monetization model moving forward for this game. But they're not going to be creating new areas. They're not going to be creating new bosses. They're not going to be creating this and that and the other, which sucks. Like, I had such high hopes for like the future, like branching paths in Skull where you get out of the fucking forest and it's like, oh, I can go right and go somewhere else, or I can go left and go toward the Grand Hall, and that was kind of my hope for the future of Skull, but it appears that's not the case. So that fucking sucks, and that's really the only bad news. Skull 2 may exist, yeah, but like I don't know. I think this game, like if they're gonna make Skull 2, it's gonna be very drastically different from this game, and I'm in love with Skull. Like I'm obviously going to, if they ever do release Skull 2, give Skull 2 a chance, obviously, and I'm also gonna give any game Southpaw releases a chance. But you don't understand why they would make a Skull 2. Well, we were talking about this in my Discord server. Personally, I think that Skull 1, if we shouldn't call it, but Skul the Hero Slayer, its development cycle is complicated because of just how gorgeous of a fucking game it is. Now, obviously, that sounds like I'm gassing up Skull, but like the pixel art in Skull is top notch, and hand crafting and animating frame by frame a sprite is very difficult. And imagine them having to do that with like if they were to make a new area with a branching path, they have to create a bunch of new enemies and they have to hand animate every single one of those enemies every single time. They did it with the Dark Mirror, but they didn't have to create new areas. And another thing that complicates creating new areas is, and this is one of the most overlooked but like extremely important aspects of Skull, is the background art. Like pretty much every room, and it might literally be every single room in Skull, if not every single room, like every other room in this game has a unique background. And if you've ever paid attention to the background in Skull, it's extremely detailed, it's extremely intricate. And if they were to make new areas, they would have to design a background in the way they have now for every fucking one. The amount of work that goes into that is crazy. So if they were to make Skull 2, they would probably do it with 3D models. That's my prediction personally, is like they may be trying to move on and maybe stay with Skul the Hero Slayer. Who knows? Maybe make Skull 2, maybe make something else. But I would be willing to bet whatever they come out with next is not going to be 2D pixel art, because that shit is extremely difficult to work with. Act 3 repeats a lot. There's a lot of unique backgrounds in Act 3 even still though. But like that's neither here nor there. Point being, it's a lot to do. It's very difficult to work with. So that's just my prediction. Obviously I don't know. I'm not Southpaw, but either way, it sucks that they're done with this. This wonderful, wonderful game, and they're not done with it. Like I don't think they are. I think we're probably still gonna get more DLC and stuff, but like the story ends here. It all wraps up here, which is both exciting and sad because like I just had such high hopes for the future. But enough about sad shit. Let's actually talk about cool stuff. If you go onto the Steam page for Skull, you can find this here now. And there's actually even more information in here than you would get in the trailer. If we go down here, we can actually see a little bit more about the content that's going to be in this game. About this content, a mythical skull has descended upon Harmonia. This is the first DLC of Skul the Hero Slayer, a story about a special little skeleton skull who fights humans to save the captured Demon King. As the name suggests, the mythic pack consists of add-ons that fit the mythical theme. It will provide you with a completely new combat experience, add-ons, new legendary skull, unknown king. So confirmation that the king, Shocker, is the legendary, even though he's like the centerpiece if they have that picture here. They do not, but it's in the trailer somewhere. There it is. So yeah, we talked about this in the last time we talked about the news, but like him being in the center, pretty much guaranteed that he's the legendary of the of the content pack. So that's our guy. He's called the Unknown King, not King Arthur. He may still be King Arthur. I personally don't think he is. My hope is that he's not a mythical figure from real life, but he's a mythical figure from Harmonia. Because, like, obviously, Heracles is Heracles, Thor is Thor. Like, these are real life inspired characters. And then you have, like, a Spartan, and you have a Guandao user, or I don't know if that's the weapon. But, this, like, he doesn't look like King Arthur. He's not wielding Excalibur, at least, and not any depiction of Excalibur I'm aware of. So, my hope is that he's just a character from Harmonia, because like I think the world that they built is cool. Like that's why I'm so fucked up about them ending it here, because it's like we barely got to see any of Harmonia. Like there's so much going on in the background that's never going to be explored, or at least not in this game, maybe in another game. But I hope this guy's from this world personally. Have you seen Hades Excalibur? Let me up. Is it? I doubt it's that. Okay, yeah, it's definitely not that. But that does look dope. That's dope, but that ain't it. Anyways, so the unique skull is ascetic. That has to be Heracles, right? Because Heracles is a fallen god. That's my guess. Actually, hang on, let me look at the king's sword again. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a blue glowing sword. Oh, it was blue and glowing. Now, let me look at the. I still don't think that's it though, because like the Hades Excalibur has like engravings on it, and obviously they're limited with their pixel art, but they could have made it look more like the Hades sword if that's what they were going for. Put in slow motion. I mean, we can see it right there. It's like a very clear shot of it. We don't need to do that. Besides, there's more to read. You guys can argue with that. Argue about that amongst yourselves. Rare Skull's officer. That is more than likely Guandao. It could also be the Spartan, but I'm pretty sure the Spartan's a common. Slave and Viking. Slave is a pretty saucy name for a skull if we're keeping it real. Slave and Viking. Slave skull, I'm pretty sure is the Spartan. Viking is obviously Thor. 20 new items, all probably varying forms of the mystery inscription. And the new inscription mystery, which we have no clue anything about. Like, we just have zero clue. They haven't revealed anything about mystery, which is, in my opinion, great. I want to be surprised by it. Create new powerful combinations with the mythical powers that have descended upon Harmonia. So now we have a better idea of what these skulls are going to be like. Like, we've seen them in action at least a little bit. We got the legendary here. We can also, I guess this could be a fun part. Now that we've really seen how these guys go, now we can have better speculation on what their like types are. I'm gonna go back and grab a picture real quick. Yeah, let me grab this. Dude. It's taking me a while to get it. Steam is so obnoxious. Here we are. All right, let's look at these guys. All right, now let's get our predictions in on what these are. Obviously, Heracles is a power skull. I don't think anyone's in contention there. I'm still predicting that Thor is a speed skull. Meditate gravity is not so much. Wait, look at that knockback on Thor's skill. Wait, what are you talking about? Yeah, I think he's speed. Heracles? Yeah, bad guess. He's definitely a power skull. No offense, but that's a power skull. Wandao is balanced. That's my guess as well. I'm guessing the king is also balanced, but he could even be more than one art because like this is a special skull, is my guess. In one way or another, he's gonna stand out amongst the crowd. It'd be kind of weird if they made another balanced legendary. He could be a power skull. He should be a speed skull, but I don't think he is. He has double dash, but so does Predator. That don't mean shit, and so does Davy Jones. Oh, okay, well you're wrong. Like that does not make him not a power skull, even though I think he's a balanced skull. The only balanced skull. But that makes how many? 4 balanced natural legendaries. It's so skewed. It's so like fucked. The vibes are fucked. With all the pairs, I think Leonidas could be a power. I think he's power as well. I think Leonidas or the Spartan, whatever you want to call him, power skull. So here's my guesses: power, balance, probably balance, power, speed. That's my final guesses. I'm hoping this is a speed skull, but I know he's not. Balance? I don't think so. I think he's a speed skull because he's lightning. And the way he moves is definitely reminiscent of a speed skull. So it looks slow though. I don't know. Let's think about other speed skulls like the. I'm trying to think. I guess you could argue that like cause like I don't know, like if he looks slow, Ninja looks slow. The Spear God is speed though. Agree with the rest. Spear God could be speed as well. Though I guess like I'm pretty confident this is a speed skull. These two are like the wild cards for me. I don't know. I think this is a balance. I think this is a power. Could be speed. I'm fairly confident this is balance, and I'm very confident this is power. Ninja's, but he looks slow. I'm trying to think of every single speed skull. Hang on, let me go to the wiki. All right, we'll look at this together. All right, we got. Oh, come on, dog. How does anyone browse the internet without ad block? I swear to God, bro. Oh my God. Stop it. Stop. Stop, bro. Stop seeing this ad. Ad was not interested. Pikeman, does he really look fast? I don't know. I guess. Stop. Oh my God, I hate fandom. Monkeys looks like a speed skull. This 100% doesn't look like a speed skull. Oh, the ads just aren't going to stop, huh? That's fine, I guess. So be it. It's like this should be a speed skull, but he's not. This doesn't really look like an archetypical speed skull. This does not look like an archetypical speed skull. If this looks like an archetypical speed skull, then this also looks like an archetypical speed skull. That's my point. That's my point. Is like he doesn't look like he's a speed skull per se, whereas this does. So this can also be a speed skull. Yeah, I know. That's what you guys were talking about. Oh, you guys are talking about gameplay? Oh, okay. Shit, dog. Fuck. I don't know. I think he looks like the only thing about him in his gameplay that doesn't look like a speed skull, in my opinion, is his like weird jump in the air concentration thing. Shut up, Lucas. That to me is the only thing that is questionable about being a speed skull, but everything else to me seems like a speed skull. He's gonna be fun with Brawl, and Slightly Triangular was saying that he would make a good Relic user, which Relic sucks, so that's Like, that's a bit of an oxymoron. Like, there is no good relic user. Not anymore. Not since they fucking ruined it. But he'd make a good brawl user for sure. His basic attack jumps 2 times on end. Really? Okay, well maybe he's not then. I don't know. I have to pay more attention to the minutia. I haven't gone over it as much of you as you guys have, I don't think. And shakes the screen. I think everything shakes the screen, right? His basic attack is crazy. Crazy good? That sounds kind of crazy. I mean, that sounds crazy in a weird way. Here's the items, by the way, which we didn't see any of. These are all probably myth, if I had to take a guess. But that's from the old blog. Is there anything else that's super important to talk about? Like, we went over the trailer, we went over the extra little revealed stuff. Does anyone have anything they want to add? Like any tidbits? The last minute? I don't know. Any last second? Your mom? Shut up. Say hi to what the fuck is that? No, I'm not saying hi to that thing. Oh, that's the fucking Dark Souls thing, or like Elden Ring or whatever. Prize? Oh, that's thank you, yeah, Yugs. That's like the thing I wanted to go over is we actually still don't have a price. And Doss actually asked the community manager in the Discord how much it would cost, and she kind of beat around the bush a little bit, which is kind of weird. I don't know why they're being coy about it. Just tell us. Like, and frankly, if they, here's my humble opinion is they did not make us pay for the Dark Mirror, okay? Keep that in your minds when they release this price. They gave us that for free. That easily and probably should have been DLC. So with that said, if they ask for $15, don't get mad at them, okay? Because they've been developing this game for free for years. And, you know, they haven't asked for a dime aside from the initial payment. So if they ask for 15, that's chill. However, I think it's going to be $10. And I feel like if they ask for $15, some people will get mad. And I hope that's not the case. Like, the like price point is definitely a big issue for people. They can take my fucking money too. I'm not speaking for myself, and you guys are all very calm about it. I just think there will be an overall negative opinion because everyone who's here right now is a Skul the Hero Slayer enthusiast. We will pay whatever, but like imagine just like the average person, even like my moderator Hannah, right? Like, do you think Hannah would want to pay $15 for this? I don't know. I could ask her when she gets here, but who knows? Um, I just don't understand why they're being coy about it. They should probably be upfront about that. That's a very important thing to be upfront about. Uh, double the base game price. Oh yeah, all right, yeah. That'll go over really well. Get like instantly negative review bombed until oblivion, and then everyone exclusively talks about how horrible the DLC was. Just ask now the Golden U. Golden U. Oh, I see. Oh, it looks cool. I hope they release this. I hope this is the background screen for the start menu because I need a new thumbnail, okay? Southpaw, think about the YouTubers. Think about me, okay? I need a new thumbnail. Release this as the screen art of the home screen so I can make this my my thumbnail, please. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I got. Is that all? Is that all? Is that the? I think we've covered pretty much everything. Thor screenshot and look at the amount of knockback. Scores 3. How do you fuck you gonna see? Oh, them flying in the air like that? Actually, these are this wasn't in the trailer, was it? We can look at this real quick. God, he looks so cool. That's his unique version too. That's not even legendary. But they're flying through the air. But the interesting thing is this guy's not. So like I guess this initial attack, this makes me think he could even be a power skull actually. Like this doesn't look like speed skull shit. Is it legendary? Because the other legendaries glow. Well, okay, let me reanalyze then, because like if he's gonna be a a power skull, I think I'll still commit to my original guesses, but let me consider it with that in mind. Like, I'm still committing to this being a speed skull, even though I don't think I'm right now. But like, that was my original guess, so fuck it, I'll commit. This could be a speed skull though, like easily. Like maybe I have it backwards. Like I think this is a power skull. 100% this is a power skull. This is probably a balanced skull. This is also probably a balanced skull. It could even be something weird that we don't fully understand yet. I could have these two backwards. This could be a speed skull. This could be a power skull. The king looks basic attack oriented enough to be speed. He's not. I don't know. He doesn't look like a speed skull to me. What up, Valfin? You got here at the very end, Valfin, because we're ending it soon. At least the discussion portion for YouTube. Swinging that big old hammer like a speed skull. Well, the thing is about Thor is it doesn't matter how heavy or big his hammer is. It's like only he can wield it, right? So, like, he could easily wield it like a speed skull. Just no one else could. Like, he could still be a speed skull. I'm not giving up hope. I want him to be a speed skull, but if he's a power skull, so be it. Wait a second, did they show him dashing? I don't think they did, right? Because, like, if he has a tackle dash, that just gives it away. Well, okay, it doesn't give it. Well, if he has a tackle dash, he's confirmed a power skull. But, like, if he doesn't, that doesn't mean he's not a power skull. But, like... Oh, okay, so he does not have a tackle dash. That's worth mentioning. So he can still be a power skull, but, like, the odds of him being a power skull go down a lot. That dash is weird? Well, no, it's not weird. It's a perfectly normal dash. It's just not a tackle dash. Okay, so maybe he's a balanced skull even. Oh, Herc? Oh, Herc? Hang on, let's look at Herc. Did we see Herc dash? Gotta have way too many tabs. Okay, the Spartan also doesn't have a tackle dash, so he could also be a speed skull. Oh, hey, look, tackle dash! Tackle dash. All right, you guys, he's a fucking power skull. He's a power skull. Like, come on. Not yes, it was. It was a tackle dash. Look. Yeah, that was a tackle dash. Yeah, that's a tackle dash. Shut up, Doss. You fucking absolute nitpicker bozo. That's a tackle dash. That was the grab? No, it wasn't. The grab was before that, but look after he grabs. This is for after the YouTube video. But right there, that was a fucking tackle dash. Okay, we need to end the YouTube video because this is getting pedantic. Good video, guys. I hope you guys are excited for the fucking DLC. I'm excited. Everyone's excited, you know. Like, everyone wants to get their guesses in and be the correct person, I guess. We'll see. Though confirmed, Thor doesn't have a tackle dash, and neither does the Spearman. So, I'm actually starting to lean towards Thor being a balanced skull, even. He could still be a power skull, and he could even still be a speed skull. But, like, the way that the attack is oriented just doesn't scream speed skull to me anymore. Either way, we're done here. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate y'all, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.